Oh, that was fun. Really, really happy for this group of young ladies. They've been putting in the work all year. They haven't tasted that many rewards, but man, that's really sweet. It's really sweet coming into the tournament. Playing a team, it's really hard to do is play a team you just beat and then play them again, especially a team as talented as they are. For them to come out and execute and stay together, weathered challenging times, and it was a really, really great effort. Proud of them.
Questions for the student athletes? Just go ahead.
Max, for you. Take us to the last play there.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Ashley Connor.
Yes.
From your perspective, but take us to the last play there. You go get the big hand one to give you guys the win. Just what does that play mean to you?
So originally that play was for Eris. I mean, she's been hot all night. So it was for me to drive and then feed it into her and her to do her really high jump and put it in. But the defense was playing off and she wasn't open, so I was like, I'm going to take it left and, put the shot up and it went in. I think it was just, something that we do all the time. I wasn't having my best game, but right moment at the right time.
Coach, take us through the decision to double Asari on their last offensive possession.
We weren't particularly doubling her, but we were in our trap defense, and we had a lot of success against them in the previous game, and I think we only maybe did it 3 times tonight, so we hadn't gone to it, and they're trying to run a play for somebody to get downhill, so we went to the buzz and it paid off.
I feel like you guys were always able to find a response there in fourth quarter and didn't kind of let down. How did you guys kind of battle through and use that resilience to carry through and then being able to, especially Ashley, being able to get that last point with less than 1 second to go?
Yeah, I think a big thing that was deflating in the fourth was their offensive rebounds. It was kind of hurting at us, and we were harping on it a lot together on the bench and then on the court, and so we had a lot of people step up. Shay Magasa, Aisha, Mac, all of them stepping up and getting offensive rebounds that we needed to kind of counterbalance them. So, you have anything?
Yeah.
It was good.
For us, we came out with a win last game, so we knew that we can come out with a win again, especially since we worked really hard. The whole game we played tough defense, and we knew all we have to do is keep them from getting the easy buckets that they usually get in their previous games. So
I think we also never thought we were out of it. We knew we were in it the entire game, whether they were up 2, whether we were up 2. It never really swayed. We knew that we had a shot no matter what the score was. We were going to be in this game just because we beat them last time. We knew that we had that edge on our shoulder. We beat them once. You can beat any team here. So I think that also helped us a lot.
And when you have a game that's going back and forth like this, how do you manage the emotions but also kind of use those emotions to fuel you to kind of go out there and get that win?
Yeah, by finding the hot player a lot, that fuels you a lot. When you have someone that's getting all those offensive rebounds and then kickouts and making shots, that's definitely a lot of fuel. Their offensive rebounds can be deflating, but when you come down and you make a bigger play, that kind of fuels you even more, and then you go down and you get the stop.
I think I heard either Coach Darren or Coach Boo address you guys that there's a big play to be made at some point at every moment in the game, and Ashley's play at the end was not the only one. The Max had huge putbacks that we needed at a big time. Eris was able to work in isolation and get us big buckets. The defensive stops that came over and over again. They're starting to see it. They're starting to see that they can all do it. They're all capable of making the play when we need them to make. And, as we're learning and growing this year, sometimes those plays didn't come, but I think they're tasting it now, and we're excited to see what's next.
Anything else for the student athletes? All right, you guys are good.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach?
I'm sorry.
Chris Powell, college coach live, congratulations on the win, coach. Prior to the March 1st matchup against VCU, guys was on a losing streak, and now 4 days later, 2 consecutive wins. Just how the thoughts of the turning of the tide this year?
Yeah, it just feels like some things that we've been preaching all year that we've been struggling through just have come together in the last couple games. 13 turnovers, and we had 10 in the first half, but 3 in the whole second half. That's a great number for us. So I believe Coach Boo, who had the scout, said, you stay under 14 turnovers, you're going to win the game. She nailed it. And the fact that we were able to force 22, that's some things that we haven't been doing, great all year. And they won the battle on the boards, but they didn't win it the way they could have won it. And the fact that we fought back and we came up with a big board at the end when we needed it was huge. I mean, honestly, I think they had 2 possessions where they got 4 rebounds each. Take those 2 possessions out, and we did better on the board. So I'm really pleased with, they just stuck with it. It was a tough slog. Like in that losing streak, our most recent 2, we lost to a team we'd already beat, and then we lost at the buzzer after getting a steal. They could have just folded the tent, but this team's got something in them. They want to keep competing. They want to play another day. That was the chant in the locker room. Okay, we get to play another day.
Coach, for you, what does this win mean for your program? To get your first A10 tournament win since 2021, and you become just the second ever 14 seed to win a game in the A10 tournament.
Really? All right, how about that? What it means is all of the kids who put in the work all season get a little reward. There wasn't a lot of reward this year, right? It just didn't come their way often. They get it because they really did earn it. Like people kept talking during some of the losses in conference, about the team, and I was like, I'm pleased with them every day. Like they're working, they're putting their best effort forward, and I'm really happy they got a taste of that because they deserved it.
You mentioned the 10 turnovers in the first half and only 3 in the second half. What adjustments did you see the team make and be able to kind of use when they were to really limit those turnovers to only 3?
Well, I think there was a little bit of an adjustment that we all made, that we were trying to get the ball into the elbows, and VCU was saying, no, you're not going to get it into the elbows. And we were humble enough to say, okay, we're not. And we just went somewhere else with it. And so I think that was a big key, that we didn't try to do what they were trying to take away. We just went a different direction and found other answers.
Coach, talk about Quinn's contributions a little bit. I don't have the box in front of me, but she had a really good game. You got a really talented freshman.
Yeah, I mean, she had 12 points, 4 rebounds. She's been that way for us all year. She ended up getting, recognized as the all-rookie team, and it's because she's a max effort kid. Like there's not a play where she's pausing and not giving everything she has. And so she's earned all the opportunities she's gotten this year. And, she had the typical freshman year, a little bit of a roller coaster. Some games are great, some games are bad. And I thought lately she looked like she was wearing down. Looks like she found some new layout, some March life. So that was exciting to see that tonight. And then she hit a big one late in our last game against them after struggling in the first half. So she's fearless, and that's what makes her who she is.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Coach.
everybody.
Thank you, Coach.
VCU head coach Beth O'Boyle and junior guard Mariana Asari. We'll start with opening statement from coach, questions for the student athlete, and then questions for coach.
Obviously, it's, the agony of defeat. You look at what an incredible game it was, just back and forth. A lot of credit to LaSalle. Coach McGivery does a great job, and there's, the intensity and the excitement of, playing in March. And for us, obviously, a really difficult season, and then in a really tough way to end it. But as I said, the message to our team and our leaders like Mary, I think you can feel the hurt because they put it out there. And we had a choice on how we went into the game, and how hard we played and how hard we worked, and we chose to go after it. And unfortunately, just 1-2 possessions, and we're probably really smiling and getting excited to play tomorrow. But again, to be back, I've missed it, and I've had the opportunity to coach such amazing players like Mary. Another phenomenal game, a great season, but also has been one of our true leaders. Just a tough way for us to end the year.
Questions for the student athlete?
Mariana, after the Coach OB's absence for a while there, what were the emotions for you and for the team having her back on the sideline leading you guys?
I mean, it was just, sorry, can you all hear me? Okay. I mean, I was just happy to have her back. The energy and the passion that she brings to her program, it's just always amazing. She's always encouraging me, always encouraging the team to play our best basketball. So I just appreciate her presence and the confidence she has in me, but also others on the court.
Chris Powell, Couch Coach Live, Mariana, 20 points tonight. What's your thoughts on your performance tonight? And then just what are some fond memories that you have this season?
Well, it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy season at all. But I'm proud of this team for just playing through adversity. There's so many times we could have just quit and gave up. But, as you can see from, so many games, we were so close to losing by 2 points. Today, losing by 2 points, losing by 1 point. We were so close. And honestly, I just wanted to go out there and play for my team in any way that I can. I know on the stat sheet it shows up as scoring, but I always want to encourage them, use my words to uplift them, get defensive stops, just anything that I can do to help out my team. And honestly, I'm proud of this team. We went through a lot. Obviously, it's not the result that we wanted, but and that we play hard, and that we fought hard. But yeah.
Despite the outcome, just how did you see the team kind of really come together in that second half and really be able to build off of each other and stay in the game as close as it was? I think there was no lead greater than 3 in the second half. So what did you see from your teammates?
Honestly, just resilience. We all said coming out of the huddle, we don't want to go home. We all wanted to do it for each other and play our best basketball, especially for our seniors. It really hit hard for Michael and Bukola. You could see the emotion on their face. So I think everyone wanted to play for each other because we have such a close connection. So I think that's what made the shift in the second half. It wasn't enough, but then again, we all wanted to do that for each other.
Anything else for Mariana?
Mariana, what'd you see on that last offensive possession for you guys? It looked like they threw 2 defenders at you trying to force the ball out of your hands.
Honestly, props to them. Smart move. But sorry. But
Yeah.
But honestly, with the people on the court, I trust Soraya taking that layup. We had an offensive rebound. I trust Val taking that shot too. We had 2 great shots at the end of the court. It could have gone either way, whether the ball was in my hands or not. That was the right decision to make. So honestly, yeah, props to them. It could have went in. It didn't. But honestly, they shot that ball with confidence, and that's all I can ask for.
And last thing, just talk a little bit about your teammates who played their final college game tonight and the memories that you'll have with them as they move on in their lives.
Honestly, I don't even know how to explain it. Michael, I'm going to miss her presence. I'm going to miss her leadership. And also all her friendly like text messages and encouraging text messages she would send me. She was like, "We got this, we got it." I'm like, "I know." Like she's always on the same mind, mind link. Yeah. So we're always connected that way. Bukola, man, this girl plays hard. She always flying in for offensive rebounds. She's just a great person. There's nothing I can't tell Bukola because she's such an amazing person. So I'm gonna go down the list. Val, amazing human being. She's just so funny. Like, I never met a funnier person than Val. She's just an amazing human being. Nathy, same thing. When she first got here, she's the one who dragged me out to go eat with her. Like, I never do that. But, like, she's just that type of person. She'll never leave anyone out. Jen, at first she scared me, but she's just an amazing, funny human being, too. Like, once you get her laughing, like, she's unstoppable. She's just funny. What else am I missing? Grace. Oh, Grace is a little sweetheart. We're like the same person. Like, there's nothing I can't tell Grace. We're always connected that way, and I'm gonna miss her having him as my roommate. Bukola too. But yeah, I'm gonna miss them a lot. But I know we'll meet up somewhere in the future and have fun. But yeah.
All right, I think you're good. Questions for Coach? Thank you.
Coach, for you, Daniel from 2010 Talk. What does it mean for you as a coach to hear one of your star players have that much love for her teammates?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that we take pride in is the culture of our program, and I think, that really shows up in times of adversity. What is the response when you're not getting the instant rewards that you want, or you're not getting the results, and it's easy to probably be a great connected team when you're winning, and it's really hard to do when you're losing and you're losing close games. And I think it's a testament to how hard our coaching staff works and the value that we put on not just coaching our players on the floor, but how they are as people. And we do have, really great student athletes that are, awesome ambassadors of VCU.
This looked like it could have been anybody's game. The score kept changing. 1 minute you guys were up, 1 minute LaSalle was up. So what was the message going into the second half? You guys were both shooting 35% from the field, 8-23. So what was the message going in, opening up the third quarter?
Yeah, I mean, the whole message, the whole game was, one possession, 1 quarter at a time. And that's really what, we were trying to focus on. We've had so many close games. We've struggled to score, so that's kind of put us in times where, it has put a lot of pressure on our defense. So we just tried to not get caught up and, is it first quarter, is it second quarter, just, hey, that possession. Let's play our best. Let's be our best in that possession. And so that was really the message coming out of halftime, that it wasn't going to change. And then what are winning plays? Winning plays are setting a great screen. It's an offensive rebound. It's knocking down foul shots. It's really talking. And so, trying to focus on the details. And, to put us in a spot to win it.
Chris Powell, Couch Coach Live. Coach, just talk about the senior class and just the impact they've had on this program.
Yeah, being out the last, month and being on maternity leave and coming back, one of the biggest reasons was, I wanted to be on the floor with those seniors. They have done so much for our program. And been a part of really big seasons, really great seasons, and really tough ones that they've done it all together. And each of them, I could, just like Mary, go through and talk about all the great moments and memories that I have with them. But I think the best part is that I know that they'll be in my life and I'll be in their lives until they're old. And I'll get to share, today it's the heartbreak of the season ending, but I know in the future it'll be more about the funny times and the great times that we had together.
With such a close game in the second half, especially that fourth quarter there, how did you see the team kind of maybe keep their emotions in check so that they can stay in the game and not let any moment get too big or any moment too small?
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think one of the challenges when you're playing in March, right? Especially when you're in a tight game. And it's talking about really staying focused on the details and that intensity or that emotion not taking you out of that play, right? You know, hey, I missed a layup, or I missed, you know, the read on that. Well, it can't carry into our defense, right? And so that's been something that we harp on all the time, that it's about, we don't want to be focusing on something else and making your teammate, you know, take energy away from them to get you back in. So as much as you can stay where you are, and stay focused in the present moment, that's the sign of good teams, and that's the sign of great players.
Anything else for Coach?
How was it to be back on the sidelines, and was it important to you to make it back in time for the tournament?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think you see a lot of women coaches out there that become moms. And, you know, for me, I've had a great opportunity to spend time with my daughter, and then also recover from surgery, from the C-section. And you know, it's challenging, but I also think it's one of the best things is being a role model to our players. And hopefully someday, you know, my little one, when she gets to look back on, you know, what her first month was like, that one I was there with her, but then also got to be a part of a team like this with a lot of great women. And I know I got, you know, some really great babysitters all lined up for the spring. You know, it meant a lot to be back on the court.
I think there's two more.
Coach Crawford said after the Richmond game that he thought when you came back, it might be with a little bit of an altered perspective, being a mother and a coach. After your time away, did it feel any different on the sidelines?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so I'm not usually an afternoon coffee drinker, but I had that today, and Evan over here always gets me a Coke before the game. The different perspective is that caffeine that you need when the little one has her days and nights mixed up. You know, I think, you know, I've always been this way, but really appreciative to the parents of our student athletes that they've trusted their you know, most prized, you know, part of their lives, their daughters with us. And there's an intensity to playing Division I basketball. And, you know, I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to coach some amazing young women and see them graduate becoming confident, strong women and really leaders. And so, you know, I think that perspective, for sure, I value it.
To that point, what sort of impact do you hope having the A-10 Women's Tournament here in Richmond might have on young girls in the Richmond area?
I think it's fantastic. You know, Candy has done an incredible job. The A-10 has done an incredible job. I've had friends in the airport, you know, all talking about the logos. You know, you see it, you hear it. It's about, you know, I think being a part of something bigger, and that's women's basketball and women's athletics, and it's exciting for Henrico, for Richmond, for the A-10, for us to leave our mark. Look how amazing these games are. Right, and look at these women on all of these teams and the way that they compete, the way that you know, their connection, the way that they play the game. Right, it's so much fun. You're watching all of that, and I think you know, like I said, the A-10 has done an incredible job, and it's great that it's here in Richmond, and I hope we continue to build on it and really be a part of that excitement of women's basketball, you know, right now, and especially in March.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.